wait. For you niggas is cap, wait. I'm married, designing the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, bro, gon' bang, get the drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Back, wait, for you niggas is cap, wait. I'm married, designing the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, bro, gon' bang, get the drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Back, wait, for you niggas is cap, wait. I'm married, designing the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap.
Now, we're gonna go through this Diddy celebrity thing. And we're gonna, like I say, this stuff is a little overwhelming, man. It's a lot going on. It's too many names. It's too much. So we're gonna go through a few of the names right here, just in case you guys might have forgot. How many people did he really? I mean, they almost have to spare some people because it's too many A-listers. It's actually too many A-listers for these people to just bring everybody. We're talking about over 100 people that have links to another 100. You might say each individual has a link to what? Say an extra 10, 20 people. So you're talking about everybody, ones you know, ones you don't know, background, connections. It's a lot. You got Tank in there. You talking about just the whole hip hop, basically. And they'll try to penalize you if you don't take Diddy down. Swiss Beats, Alicia Keys, all of them. Mark Wahlberg, all of the favorites. And that's the best part. Diddy was not prejudiced. He did not discriminate. I mean, you're talking about athletes, actors. Oh, even this car driving dude, Lewis Hamilton. It's a lot when it comes to this Diddy stuff. Let me see if you can hear this at the same time. Robert Downey Jr. Will Robert Downey Jr. pop up on this list that we have scrolling? You have Kim Kardashian, Oprah, Sierra. Yeah, Russell Wilson. You got an answer to this, buddy. So, Robert Downey Jr., we don't know. What's his name on this list? We'll see. We will see. So, Robert Downey Jr., Mike Myers, okay? Kyle Kuzma, obviously Mary J. Blige, Tracy Ellis Ross. Like all of these people, you never know. Matter of fact, I do need to pull that up. And whoever this Dawn Richards female is, she's She thought she wanted to be famous. She will be famous now. Uh, Hold on, because you guys need a little bit of a refresher. I don't know where was that. I'm trying to find that. When that when the feds came out, there it is. Listen, if all of these celebrities have to come to the courthouse, it will be like Celebrity Row. I mean, it is a lot of Shaquille O'Neal, Little John, uh, Lil Uzi. I mean, Diddy, Kevin Hart. If they just call it like they say, okay, we want all of you guys to take Diddy down and we'll let you walk free, but you must come in and say that you was there, but you didn't do anything, and you saw this and you saw that. Not gonna lie, I might have gone to a Diddy freak off. I told you before, you know, I'm from where Diddy grew up at. I mean, I know everybody that he grew up with. And a lot of times when Diddy would throw parties in the Hampton, which is like 2 hours away, the Hampton is far. Hampton's far, right? Somebody would be come through the hood and be like, "Yo, I'm going to the Diddy party." We know that he knows Diddy or whatever, grew up with him. They'd be like, "Yo, y'all want to come?" Brothers be like, "No, not going to a Diddy party." This is way back. This is way back before any allegations that the public would know. No, not going to a Diddy party. Burner Boy. Diddy gets the new artists, he gets the old artists. Diddy is just, this man is sick. TD Jakes, TD Jakes, your ass. I mean, you guys had it well. Even Faison Love. I would say that these people will tell on Diddy to get out of this. They will tell on Diddy to get out of this. You're talking about basically our whole damn industry. Every, R&B, sports. They got damn Michael Jackson up there. Oh, come on. Robert De Niro. Uh-oh, Neo. Neo. We all know Neo is a part of the freak offs. Neo, your ass is in trouble. You walk around, he lives with a freak off. So he better hope that the feds don't want to Neo, man, you got a lot going on. You shouldn't have tied it. Yeah, Martha Stewart. I mean, Diddy does anything. Diddy does Dallas. I could have been getting topped off by Gabrielle Union and Michelle Obama. Right. Martha Stewart. Oprah. Kesha. I mean, Diddy likes variety. like Issa Rae. Like, come on. These are new stars. Snoop Dogg, that's the old stars. Robert Downey Jr., Rick Ross, the old stars. But Diddy, he has the new stars. He has the old stars. The who's who of celebrity freaks. Yes, brothers. Oh, no. This dude got Saucy Santana at a Diddy party. No, thank you. No, look, Glorilla. Look, they want to take, I hate to say this. I don't know, man. I can't say what's the reason, because they took Epstein. They did it to Michael Jackson. They'll do it to anybody. You know? They did Bill Cosby. Quincy Jones had a bad name of being freaky. XX Extension. You know he was freaky. Oh, so they said XX Extension warned the public. Oh, he warned the public. Really? So XX Extension warned the public about Diddy. This is wild. Be there or be pegged. No, thank you. No thanks. Plain Son Welbeck, man. Yeah, they gave me a strike. So I didn't know when Disagreeable and them said stop the video. I should have stopped the video, but it's just a warning. I don't have any strikes on my channel. I ain't did shit. Hey, can y'all hear the audio? Oh, that's what the problem is. I just got shit scrolled. Oh, I thought okay, I'm gonna have to use something else to use that. Okay. Let's try the let this dude tell it.
These assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
Now, when you hear that right there, he used it as collateral against the victims. Now, what the feds or any police officer do, they'll go get somebody that's in the tape and say, yo, Diddy is using this against you. You want to take him down or he'll exploit you. That's why I say the witnesses, the celebrity list, they will take Diddy down for their own immunity. Come on.
And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by...
Everybody knows Diddy. Everybody knows that Diddy fuck people careers up.
Monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the
physical appearance, very, very key. Physical appearance is something that destroyed hip hop. When Diddy came out, he put Jadakiss and Mason them in shiny suits. It at that time it caused a lot of stir in hip hop. Like hip hop wasn't about wearing shiny suits. Diddy fucked hip hop up. I know y'all don't want to believe it, but it wasn't about shiny suits. So he would always get artists and Diddy-fy their ass. You know what I'm saying? He would like change up their image. And yes, it was successful, but nevertheless, it made it so that, people who had good rapping skills couldn't get on. Like Biggie was the last big dude.
Even by dictating,
DJ Khaled's a DJ. Fat Joe was always around. There's no new big dudes like that.
Their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses.
Now, everybody is talking about the sexual assault. We're talking about those scratched off serial numbers. And then you bring that, if you're going to try that in New York, well, it's federal. But the guns is what really got me upset, because Diddy never needed to have a damn gun. But he's stupid. The guns is, that's a charge.
Carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting.
There you have it. Yeah, this is crazy work, man. Even when we go back and listen to what Diddy is being charged for, the guns is a whole separate thing, but just they're charging this man for just being an outright creep. The UGO, whatever, corrupted what hip hop was really about. Yeah, it was bad. Free Diddy so he can keep turning weird niggas out. I mean, it's true. It's just as bad as the women. You're supposed to get away from Diddy. You know? Like LOX. LOX, they got away from Diddy. And they said it way back in the days. Way back in the days, LOX said on Hot 97, no, we ain't got beef with no Diddy. Why would we beef with a gay man? This was way back. Way back. But like I say, Diddy is the type of dude, he'll be happy that his persona won't even make people believe the truth. Look at how many years we've seen on the internet Diddy and his bullshit. Years and years. This is crazy.
Book the hotel.
Here we go. Here we go with disagreeable with this Bambaataa shit. Bambaataa was a weirdo since day one. Now that's the facts. I told y'all before, this dude was a Zulu Nation dude before they came up with all this council and all this other stuff. He was like Zulu way back when Bambaataa was recruiting young dudes. I interviewed him. Y'all know I do the interviews. I interviewed him, but I put it on a different channel. I interviewed the dude about how he first met with Bambaataa when he was 14 years old. Because he said all the young kids wanted to be Zulu back in those days. Because they had a big name and they was throwing the best parties and everything. And he said in the interview, matter of fact, I'm going to upload that shit. I still got him. I'm going to upload it. And you niggas will know, yo, Bambaataa was crazy. He was having a bunch of young niggas over his house. This is before the dude Hassan Campbell was born. Like, he would have a bunch of niggas over the house. Well, maybe he was born. I don't know. But he damn sure was a baby. And Bambaataa, they said his house was the place to be. He also said that Bambaataa got kicked out of Bronx River way back in the days, way before Hassan Campbell. He got kicked out of Bronx River projects because the people had said, well, the dude on the interview, this is the only part I didn't believe. He said that they said he was, like, you know, running an organized crime. This is before the RICO laws and all that stuff. So he was one of the leaders of the Zulu Nation, was a big crew in New York. all different counties and everything like that. So they ran him out of Bronx River for quote unquote organized crime, but we believe it was the sex stuff. You know? I mean, it was, yo, I'm gonna upload them videos, B. I got the interviews, man. I interviewed this dude in the store.
Hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs's crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee.
That's why I say it's almost like some mob style. It's mob. It's like you actually, the way that they're painting it, you actually have to worry if you don't listen to Diddy, he might get your family hurt. What's the other interview I did? Because I told y'all I grew up, you know, in Diddy's hood. So I know all the older niggas that, you know, grew up with him. Right? I also interviewed another dude. This was years ago, maybe 2018. See, because we've been pushing this Diddy shit for a while because, you know, shit that he did in the hood or whatever. So I interviewed the other dude from the Young Guns in 2018. And this dude, like I told y'all before, Diddy turned this dude into a vegetable. You know, this dude was a top-notch hood dude, and he used to go down there to try to get money from Diddy, and Diddy had the bodyguards really beat this nigga down, had this nigga in the hospital for months. I seen the nigga a few weeks ago, and I said, yo, all this Diddy shit coming out, man, what you gonna do? But, you know, he probably ain't got no case, but I've interviewed real people that Diddy really put hands on. So when you say, hey, Diddy won't do something to you, that's a damn lie.
As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant.
Bro, that's a damn lie. He said y'all New York niggas are soft. Lil Sissy was terrorizing y'all. Listen, these dudes, see, it turned. At, like the dude that Diddy made the bodyguards beat up for going down there extorting them, and Diddy had got tired of it. What happened was he was still the sissy. They was going down extorting them, and somebody must have gotten his ear, said, yo, you know, they did this man dirty. Diddy don't do shit, and it's wild, man. Like, I interviewed quite a few people from the hood, man. I interviewed at least, 4 niggas from the hood about that Diddy shit. But Diddy, man, it's not him doing anything to you. He will send people after you, man. I'm telling you.
For Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine.
That's it for me. Once they said you got serial numbers scratched off, oh, you got 3 of them and the big drum magazine fully loaded? Bro, I mean, T.I. had those sort of crimes. So.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases.
They have seized videos and images of the freak-offs with the accusers and the witnesses.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil.
Niggas is disrespecting my New York niggas. Look, I'm not defending that shit. What I'm saying is Diddy, I've know people that he done stuff to with, you know, with his muscle. You know, shit. Diddy, and remember back then he had Wolf and all these other people. He always had some enforcers.
Oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches.
You guys just need a little bit of a refresher so that you can know how fucked up Diddy is. Diddy fucked up. And then why nigga pressed an issue with me in 2012, ended up in the hospital and got to the stand and testified, yes, against me. Yes. That's what they started doing in New York, man. You can't even whoop a nigga ass. Your ass, you go to jail. It's bad.
As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds.
I'm telling y'all something. The guns is the charge that I stand on. I say Diddy going to jail because of these guns. He had no business with this shit.
I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced.
So the serial number has been defaced. You have a residence in New York, California, in Florida. I mean, we don't know if you've been traveling with those guns. We don't, look, this man is in trouble by these guns. Wolf was close to my family, right? Grew up with them. I had the Bad Boy Adidas jacket and one of the team had in the middle school. Right. Like I said, man, Bad Boy, he took all of the street dudes, except the street dudes from our hood. It was wild.
Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about 2 things.
So all I'm trying to tell y'all, the firearms is where I stand on. Firearms, scratched off serial numbers. We heard of that being a fed crime for a long time. You got scratched off serial numbers? Nigga, where you bought them at? They got bodies on them? What are you doing?
First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that.
Uh-oh.
A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
This nigga was handed a key to New York City. The feds did not like that.
No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Wow.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and
Now that was back in 7 months ago. That was back in November or something like that, right? And remember, a new indictment just dropped.
encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4-HSI-TIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SCNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want to thank the outstanding career prosecutors from SCNY who are handling this case.
The Southern District of New York, the SDNY. Now remember, they said they got six white women prosecuting this dude. They said Diddy, he can't get, he didn't want to dye his hair, so he in there looking like an old grandpa. This dude, Diddy, is fucked up.
Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smizer.
Hold on here. Hold on. Diddy was snatching up New York niggas, making them wear panties and smash Cassie. I don't know about that. Maybe French Montana. Because you got to understand what happened. He kind of like, after Mesa left and the Biggie stuff, LOX was leaving him. I mean, he really had no New York. Like, the New York niggas he had to find was like French Montana. French Montana was cool when he first came out. He really had to go left. He said, I'm from VA and was just seeing the entertainment not on the ground in New York. Dr. York, right. The Nuwabians, true. I believe the PDF allegations rightly behind bars. Look, I don't know what happened to the black man where he got this freaky stuff with men, boys, toys. I don't know what happened, but I still blame Diddy. Diddy could have been a stand-up nigga, man. He's from the hood. Why did he go left like that? I don't know. Frenchie seems sus. Extreme Pretty Boy, Sus and Cheese mixtapes. Yeah. I mean, he had a couple good records. And same thing with French for the most part. A lot of these guys, they start out and they get into this Hollywood shit, man. I mean, Michael Jackson was the first one. It's like, Mike, you went weird.
And Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleeper and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division.
Look at those white, look at the white one pregnant. Look at all of that. Straight white women. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe some assistants and all that. That is a tough fight.
We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases. I'll now take some questions.
Aaron Katursky, ABC.
Thanks, Nick. Damian, thanks. The indictment.
Yeah, but French had a good record. I ain't worried about nothing. He had some good records. I mean, I can't say he's no rapper like that. He has some good records. And, a little bit of a light-skinned supremacy thing, marketable for America. Steph Curry effect type shit. Was French one of the Coke boys or Cock boys? Listen, honestly, I don't even know where French from. They say from the Bronx or whatever. You got to understand, man, the second, third, and fourth wave of street niggas, man, who knows? But when he came out, he had his little crew around him from what I seen on the video, whatever. Remind me of a little bit of a Fat Joe as far as, blending in. Yeah, he had that light-skinned supremacy shit.
Describes aggressive, open, violent, hedonistic abuse.
Oh, hedonistic. King Disagreeable. I never told you, yo, my gladiator just went to drop her mother off some food. But I never told you, King King Disagreeable, being that he said hedonistic. They took me to hedonism. They took me to hedonism. Hold on, let me watch my back 1 second. Hold on.
You say was recurrent and widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized by Sean Combs, and how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question.
Thank you. Julia Ainsley, NBC.
Thank you for doing this. You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
There you have it. They're there to take Diddy down. But anyway, let me tell this story real quick, man. So I got taken to hedonism, right? By a Latina, right? Took me to hedonism. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know, I had to make love. You know how with the hedonism, how they say it is supposed to be. It's not really like that, but being that a real pro was there, I had to make love in front of other people and stuff. Not like a Diddy party. It's more like, okay, people are at the bar or whatever the case is, and we was over there on like one of them beach chairs by the pool or whatever, getting it in or whatever. And they they're at the bar because this is supposed to be hedonism, right? So they at the bar, right? So we doing it over there on the beach chair, right? And when they finished with the bar, they walked by us. They was like, woo, woo. Because first of all, when you go out there, everything is you come out your hotel room. If you choose to, you can just be naked. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's walking around naked for the most part. And this is just to it's just, you're just naked or whatever. You go get your food or whatever. You're just naked, whatever. So, I'm like, yo, these niggas are bullshit, so it's like, yo, let's, I'm going to knock this thing out real quick. So we did it. They was walking by and stuff like, go ahead or whatever, whatever the case is, whatever the case is. I don't know. I'm sorry for that story. I'm supposed to be doing Diddy, but he said hedonistic. Crazy work.
You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Janet Fisher, Newsday.
What's the difference between?
Hold
on. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question. Bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question.
Thank you. Julia Ainsley, NBC.
Thank you for doing this. You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other?
No, Platt. It's not open room. You could go to your hotel room. Like, you could, you got your hotel room, but like, say you going out and say you want to go swimming or whatever, you just go swimming. You want to go get like some fried trout or some shit like that, some fried trout, a drink or whatever. You're just moving around in the nude. Now you see your couples or whatever. It's just like you're on regular vacation, but for the most part, you're in the nude and, shit can just happen.
Other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Janet Fisher, Newsday.
What's the difference between the sex trafficking and promoting travel for the purpose of prostitution?
Well, there are different crimes with different elements. I don't think we should get into the nitty gritty of the legal discussion right now, but the sex trafficking, we believe, they're all serious offenses, but the sex trafficking conduct carries some significant penalties, and we are gratified that we were able to bring that charge.
One more coercive than the other?
I'm not going to be able to get into that, but you can look it up, and yes, sex trafficking, especially when it involves coercion or force, is a very serious crime.
Now, if you believe that he will get if you believe he'll get done dirty on the sex crimes, I'm telling you, I know the guns are something bad. I'm with the guns that says he's definitely going to jail. So if you add anything on top of them guns, like Sam said, Diddy is done.
And it carries significant penalties.
Good afternoon, Darla Miles, ABC7 New York. Thank you for this press conference and for the details. 2 questions. In context of this indictment and the information that was presented to the grand jury, are you able to clarify the number of victims? It's mentioned plural in the indictment, but can you specify the number of victims just for this particular indictment? And secondly, can you provide details about the alleged arson?
Unfortunately,
Oh boy, arson. Somebody might testify on him on that. Like I say, just add that on top of 3 guns with fully loaded drums, scratched off serial numbers. That has been a crime all over America forever. Forever. Guns with scratched off serial numbers. Are you kidding me? The first thing they want to know is, where did you get those from? Diddy, you going to be a stand-up nigga and you ain't going to talk? Your ass is going down. Mann Act, that's bullshit. These were working girls, right? I believe not victims, not convinced. Yes, that's why I say I don't really know about the whole sex thing. I know about those guns. That's a crime.
I'm not able to provide either. The number of victims you are.
That's what I'm saying. What is he saying not guilty to? Is he saying not guilty to the 3 guns? Is he crazy? You got to put those off on somebody. These are 3 guns. This is crazy. Prince happy as hell. Diddy is off the street. New York niggas throwing parties. Nah, I tell you what though. I heard I mean, I should go do some interviews to show you how happy niggas are. But they said Jadakiss coming out with a podcast with Fat Joe. Now, Jadakiss is somebody I would like to interview. See, Fat Joe can't interview Jadakiss like I could. See, because Jadakiss know Puff is from my hood. Jadakiss been in my gambling spot. Jadakiss know I can ask real questions. Fat Joe don't know who Puffy came in this game with and all this other, even though he was around, but he was doing his own thing. But Fat Joe, like Jada, he can't ask Jadakiss the real questions. I would love to interview Jadakiss. He knows me. He'll be comfortable. But I don't think I'm getting that lucky. I would have to sneak interview that nigga. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Correct. We are intentional in saying multiple. The details of the arson incident are limited to what we have in the indictment and also the detention letter that we filed, which contains more details than the indictment does at various points. But we don't have anything more beyond that.
All right. So after that, we're going to go to this real quick.
Austin Powers movie? I don't know. Doesn't seem likely. Rolling Stone magazine reports that actor Michael B. Jordan made the list because Diddy once threatened him for dating Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Same goes for the rapper Kid Cudi. USA Today says that Cassie's lawsuit claimed that Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
And that's the arson. So is Kid Cudi gonna tell? Hell yeah. Kid Cudi don't want no parts of this. Kid Cudi's gonna tell that Diddy did arson on his car.
Today says that Cassie's lawsuit claimed that Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Music producer Dallas Austin may have made the list for his ties to the late Kim Porter, who was mom to 4 of Diddy's kiddies. And singer Dawn Richard.
Now, y'all hear that stuff? Y'all hear that that other lawsuit that's going on? Misa Hilton. Y'all know I don't cover none of this stuff. Y'all, Misa Hilton is suing Mary J. Blige, right? Now, like I said, they older than me, but they, we all from the same area and stuff like that. So Misa, that was Puff's baby mama or Puff's girl. Now, it's funny because niggas in the hood was dating Misa before Puff got her. See? So now Misa's suing Mary after all these years, man. Wow work. This is, sounds like you think it's fiction. Puffy is crazy.
From the girl group Danity Kane, she is likely on the famous people list because she's one of Diddy's many accusers. Not in his criminal case, but she sued him civilly last year, claiming that she saw him abuse Cassie, his girlfriend, and that she herself was sexually assaulted, deprived of food, and cheated out of money that she was owed. Guess what? You're going to hear from her attorney in just a hot minute. But first, I want to bring in News Nation correspondent Caitlin Becker, who's out.
So Dawn Richards is one of the accusers. Dawn Richards is, I don't know the bitch. But Dawn Richards was with Diddy, and she was one of the accusers, and her lawyer is supposed to come up.
Outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Caitlin's been covering this case gavel to gavel. Okay. First of all, let's just start with the drip of all the names because the internet is really on fire. What happened today?
Ashley, a lot of the same.
Yeah, deprived of food. Yeah. Yo, bro, you living in a place where they could damn near say anything, man. For real. It's not cool.
Things you get asked these same exact questions about these celebrities with no real context as to why.
I don't see how niggas could be all out cool with bitches knowing they playing with a fucking big joker in their back pocket. You must know that.
And you really hit the nail on the head a minute ago when you said jury selection is kind of boring, but not in the Diddy case. Most prospective jurors who come into jury selection have never heard of the defendant, let alone having a...
Let's get to the lawyer.
In this criminal case. So clearly I'm going to push you as far as I can. It's about you. First, because I adore you, but secondly, because...
Look at Diddy. Diddy, he ain't got no just for men or nothing like that. Diddy got all this gray hair. Yeah. I told y'all. I mean, maybe he found a way to start eating or they getting him some good food or whatever the case is. But, that man need extra blankets. That man, it's a lot. Being in prison, man, you don't have the comfort. Hopefully they got that man extra blankets. They got this man his medicine and shit. Like, you need all your stuff, Maybe he don't like sleeping with that air blowing on him from the air conditioner. I mean, just a whole lot that he's just been there since November, though. So y'all got to understand, that man is jailing. That man let his gray hair come in. He's looking in the mirror. He's like, damn, look at me. Nigga looking like Martin from the movie Life. Diddy's fucked up.
You're very involved and engaged in this process. You have 2 clients who are civil accusers against P. Diddy, and you have 1 client who is a witness in this criminal case. So clearly I'm going to push you as far as I can.
Right. Nigga looking like Nelson Mandela. Hey, yo, hold on. Nigga up there looking fucked up, B. Yo, Nelson Mandela got grayed up when he went to jail. It was crazy. You ain't shit, Prince. You rolling up Diddy packs like the young dudes. Facts. Nigga said nigga looking like Nelson Mandela. Yo, that's fucked up.
First, because I adore you, but secondly, because you're very involved and
Look at this nigga Diddy, B.
engaged in this process. You have two clients who are civil accusers against P. Diddy, and you have one client who is a witness in this criminal case. So clearly, I'm going to push you as far as I can. Who is the witness? Are you able to tell me anything about your client who's the witness?
Unfortunately, I'm not. That name is still confidential. I was hoping that during the jury selection process, the judge would be reading a list of witnesses and then the press would hear it, but that has not happened.
That's why I titled it the way I titled it. P. Diddy shit is going to look like Celebrity Row. When you talk about witnesses, a lot of times people are trying to get out of trouble, save themselves, tell the truth, lie. Man, this is crazy. The courtroom orders came straight from Marvel. Yeah, hold on, one more time. Look at this boy. Look at Diddy. Yeah, they making a mockery. You know what? I might put that picture in Chat GPT, son. When I finish this live stream, I'm gonna put that picture in Chat GPT and say, Chat GPT, make something out of this. Like, we are gonna clown this nigga.
You have one client who is a witness in this criminal case. So clearly, I'm going to push you as far as I can. Who is the witness? Are you able to tell me anything about your client who's the witness?
Unfortunately, I'm not. That name is still confidential. I was hoping that during the jury selection process, the judge would be...
Call a nigga Uncle Ben. Hold on, I gotta pull up some of these images. You niggas are getting a little too funny with this. Hold on. I'm gonna find some pictures, man. Hold on, man. You niggas are getting a little too funny with this shit. I like this. Yeah, this nigga said a nigga look like Uncle Ben. Yo, this is wild work. Check this shit out. Said the nigga look like Uncle Ben's rice, Nelson Mandela. Check this out. Yo, that was wild. Said the nigga look like Uncle Ben's rice. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. Said this nigga look like Uncle Ben's rice. Hold on, man. What am I doing wrong here? This was funny. How do you get a big picture of this Uncle Ben shit? This was funny. Diddy in there looking like Uncle Ben. Yo, this is crazy. He looking like Uncle Ben. He looking like Martin from Life. He looking like Nelson Mandela. He's looking like Danny Glover. Cream of wheat. Yo, yo, cut the bullshit. Come on, man. Cut the bullshit. Yeah, they got Diddy looking on Diddy Glover. I like it. Diddy Glover. Yo, they got this man grayed out. Young white bitches. Bitches he would love. Trying to take him down.
For you, but secondly, because you're very involved and engaged in this process, you have two clients who are civil accusers against P. Diddy, and you have one client who is a witness in this criminal case. So clearly, I'm going to push you as far as I can. Who is the witness? Are you able to tell me anything about your client who's the witness?
Unfortunately, I'm not. That name is still confidential. I was hoping that during the jury selection process, the judge would be reading a list of witnesses and then the press would hear it. But that has not happened yet. So I'm trying to be mindful and respect the rules. And so I can't disclose that right now.
Understandable. That will come soon. So I'll call you again. And then you're.
So this woman is representing Dawn Richards, the accuser, and she's also representing a witness. Okay. She's representing Dawn Richards, the accuser, as well as a silent or private witness as of right now. And she also said that she wished that the judge had brought it up.
One of your other clients, Dawn Richard, you and I have talked about her before. She's one of the civil accusers, but her name came up in court yesterday as one of the celebrities. And there's just myriad celebrities that have been named so far. And a lot of these jurors are being asked if they recognize the celebrity. So let's start with Dawn Richard and her nexus now to the criminal case. What can you talk to me about?
Oh, she's a fancy bitch. Her name is not Dawn Richards. Her name is Dawn Richard. Here we go. Here we go.
Dawn Richard and her nexus now to the criminal case. What can you talk to me about?
Right. So a lot of names came up like Kanye West and Mike Myers, right? And Michael B. Jordan. That doesn't necessarily mean these folks are going to be witnesses in the case. They might be, but more likely they're going to be mentioned. That's the phrase that the judge used. And so it could be that someone is telling a story. I was at a party and this happened and that happened and Dawn Richard was there or Mike Myers was there. I think that is more likely.
That's all the black community want, is to know that Michael B. Jordan was at the same party with Mike Myers, and Diddy is known for freak-offs. We know how to put two and two together. Why the fuck would you be at a party with Mike Myers, Michael B. Jordan? You black niggas just went too freaky. What? You can't go to your own party? Hey, this is a Hollywood thing. This is a Diddy thing. This is crazy.
So that's the thing, that whenever you name a celebrity, the internet kind of explodes and everybody starts putting together theories about what the nexus is between that particular celebrity and this particular case. The big question I have, and I'm not sure if you know, but is how many of the celebrities who are out there now are shaking in their boots because of evidence that will possibly be presented in open court, video.
That's why I was playing the list for you guys earlier.
Videos that will be played, names that will be named. Is this going to be like a mass outing?
You know, I wonder the same thing, Ashley. Apparently, the potential jurors were given a list of over 100 names and asked if they recognize any of those names, because those are people who will either be witnesses or they will be mentioned. And so we, on the outside, don't know what those names, I don't have that list, right? But when they're talking about it during jury selection, that's an open process. So everybody who's in there, including me, we're all writing those names down. Now, I don't know what connection Michael B. Jordan has to the case, or Mike Myers has to the case, or Audrey O'Day, the singer, or Kid Cudi, the singer. I don't know what connection they have to the case, but we know that their names are out there so that if any of the jurors had a connection, they would have to reveal it. So far.
Now that's how you get famous. Kid Cudi, I don't even know that nigga except through Diddy. Like, that's how you get famous. Diddy will make you famous.
A number of people, of course, have said, oh, yes, I know the person. I don't know them personally, but I recognize the name. But beyond that, we don't know. But are people shaking in their boots? I mean, I would imagine some are. And at a very minimum, I'm sure these folks do not appreciate their name being mentioned in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial, but there's not a lot they can do about it either.
Or maybe they appreciate the fact that their names aren't being mentioned with really awful facts next to them. As long as it remains nebulous, for those who might be guilty, that's not a bad thing.
That is a good question, guys. The question is, why Kanye won't come say nothing now? They got you front and center, yay. Why don't you come out and talk that boss talk now? See, that's some of the problems that I have with people like Kanye. You come up here and you talk that shit, and people be like, yo, Kanye talking that real shit. Son, talk now. Say, yo, fuck Diddy. Talk that Diddy shit. So it's real. They think we don't see what they're doing. Kanye, you talk all this bullshit. What about this Diddy shit? Come out and say, yo, all these bitches are lying. So the feds could pop your ass up on the stand. Yo, these dudes are crazy, man. I bet Plain look just like Diddy. Sketching. Oh, shit. Oh. I bet Plane looked like the Diddy sketch in real life. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
For those who may be completely innocent, they're probably frustrated that the context wasn't attached early on. One last question, and it's a 60,000-foot view. And that is that we are in a post-Me Too environment where it feels sometimes like the pendulum has been swinging back against women. Blake Lively has been taking it on the chin publicly. You have Amber Heard, who lost terribly, not only in court, but in the public opinion as well. And I'm wondering if you think that same zeitgeist exists right now and might employ itself in the Diddy trial.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that Me Too shit?
You know, Ashley, I've been representing victims of discrimination, harassment, and abuse since 1986, nearly 40 years. And I have lived with the pendulum swinging one way and then the other way. And you're right, with Me Too and 2017 and a couple of years after that, it really swung in favor of women. And has it swung back? I mean, maybe to some extent, but I think Me Too is not over. I think we have educated people about, for example, that victims may take years to come forward, especially against a powerful person that they work with. I think people understand that better. They don't expect them to run to the police immediately. Maybe they'll never go to the police. And I think people understand that. You know, one thing that's made me sad.
People understand that women can say that they got abused and never run to the police. Now, I try to be fair. I must say, we have covered a lot of essay stories. And one thing that will break your heart is when women get assaulted, they actually don't say anything. I know it sounds stupid, but we've done covered too many of them. We've seen it. They won't say anything.
Sitting through the jury selection in the court is how many people say they have been the victim of sexual harassment or sexual assault, or somebody close to them has. It's still quite a large number. And if you break it down to the female jurors, even larger. I mean, I think most of them have had some kind of experience with sexual harassment or sexual assault. So we certainly still have a long way to go.
Lisa, great to see you. I hope we can talk as the trial continues throughout the next couple of weeks.
Great to see you as well. Thank you for your coverage.
Look at this woman. This woman is smiling. I'm getting some of this Diddy money. Look at this woman. She's getting this money. She's happy. Yeah. Yeah. Diddy ass is going up Schitt's Creek. And this woman is smiling. Yeah, these people ain't shit.
So we certainly still have a long way to go.
Lisa, great to see you. I hope we can talk as the trial continues throughout the next couple of weeks.
Great to see you as well. Thank you for your coverage.
I'm joined now by Lindsay Granger. She's an entertainment journalist and News Nation contributor. She's also a former supervising producer for Diddy's Revolt TV. Lindsay, good to have you back on the show. Thanks for doing this. So, big question. Every time a famous name drops, there's like a supercharged zap that goes through the internet where everyone tries to do the parlor game of figuring out what that guy or that girl has in connection to Diddy. Are we going to actually see these connections? Is this going to ruin people, this case?
Well, I think every time we see a name drop, we see a heart drop from the PR team or for the celebrity themselves. I think nobody wants to be attached to such egregious charges, and even the headline.
All right. So let's go to the names real quick. Let's go to the names one more time real quick. Hold on. There's no volume associated with this, fam. We just got to talk it out. You know? And it's so funny because the media act like they don't know the names that was on the list. You know the damn names that's on there. And so they're going to slow drip it and say, hey, okay, first is Kid Cudi, then Drake name come out next, then Justin Bieber. All the names you know already. You know? And then some of the other names that we don't know, like Saucy Santana. Like, what the fuck? Diddy, what are you doing? Fuck you mean Saucy Santana was at a Diddy party? Dwayne Wade, City Girls, Kim Porter, Chris Brown, the Olympic dude with a little zest, Tyrese ass. His ass is coming down. Tyrese, you know you've been in the game too long to not have been at Diddy's parties. You've been in the game for a long time, player. You know? Rihanna, she out there trying to have babies and all that shit. You and your man, all because of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Hold on, y'all. Now look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to read it out, okay? Hold on. Okay, look at the bottom, yo. Rihanna was labeled a victim. Look at this. So all these other people are labeled party goers, right? Kim Porter is a victim. Kim Porter is a victim. And then Rihanna is a victim. Like, what the hell? Rihanna's a victim. So Kim Porter's a victim so far. And then Rihanna is a victim. It's like a victim of what? Rihanna's a victim. Rihanna's a victim of Diddy. This is crazy. Yo, Diddy crazy, yo. Meek Mill. Meek Mill was at a party with Ben Stiller that had a two-way with A$AP Rocky and Usher came through, right? Once Usher came through, Odell Beckham was trying to tell Usher how to put the blonde up in his hair. And while Odell was telling Usher how to put blonde in his hair, Tank was showing everybody how to be bi. While Tank was telling everybody how to be bi, Biggie was playing on the radio. The Yin Yang Twins. Oh, man. No. All right, y'all. We had fun. My gladiator's coming in, man.